There are brutal realities when it comes to evolving into a man, and age has nothing to do with it. It's already hard to transition from a boy into a man, but this modern society makes it a lot harder. Modern society tries to feminize boys from an early age. Perhaps you too have been brainwashed by society and are a man, child as a direct result of that. Maybe you've even put into the idea that men should be more feminine and masculinity is toxic. Think about this. Ever since you were a little boy, you have been told your masculine traits are inherently bad. Most, if not all, of your teachers were women, and if you did not behave like the girls in class, that means you were doing bad as a boy. If you are competitive, seek challenges, and have a lot of energy, you get shamed and scolded for it at the same time. In order for a man to conquer, provide, and protect, these traits are absolutely necessary. If you have been suppressing your natural desires ever since you can remember the road to undoing the brainwashing will not be easy, but it will be worth it. More videos on this will be made in the future, so subscribe to this channel now so you don't ever miss them. Even if you don't believe in society's lies, it isn't enough to transform you from a boy into a man. These points will perhaps clarify. Number 1. Unlike girls, a boy isn't born with a value. Girls become women when they attain physical maturity, but boys must pass a test after that. All men bear the responsibility of performance. If you do not perform in any aspect of your life as a man, the world will regard you as a useless, low-tier man. A woman can be beautiful, and the world will treat her like a diamond, because there is value in her beauty. For a man, this is not the case. You must put in the work and create your own value. This is the harsh reality, but you should see it as a good thing, because it means that no matter who you are, you can build yourself up to be a high-value man. Take notice of the men in your life who you actually admire and why. Their abilities to solve problems, their ability to deal with hardship, provisioning, courage, strength, discipline, or leadership, whatever makes you admire them as a man, has nothing to do with age. Number 2, self-accountability. Boys like to do whatever they want or feel like, and often blame other people for the outcome in their lives. Instead of taking responsibility, they complain about problems and consider themselves a victim in situations, whereas men understand that there is always some ownership to take. Even if another person does you wrong, there is still ownership to take. For example, a relationship in which you may have chosen to ignore the red flags. That's completely your own fault. 9 times out of 10, we are victims of our own minds. By accepting your responsibilities, you take charge of your own problems and your life. We are where we are in life not because of other people, but because of ourselves. Number 3, learn to walk the talk. We've all known the friend who took the big game, always bragging about how many girls he slept with, how much money he's made, and his fighting skills. This guy had some beautiful stories to go along with the bragging. At the end of the day, it was all a talk to become a ladies' man. Becoming financially free or becoming a good fighter takes work. Boys pick the easy way to try and achieve the status they want, and they do so by bragging their status. But any real hard situation will always expose them, because the high-value men know that the talk is cheap and that action speaks louder than words. Just make a rule for yourself of not telling your ambitions or your next step to anyone prior to accomplishing them in the first place, and you'll be sorted. Just make sure you don't skip the video and watch it till the very end, as the most important aspects of the topic will be revealed at the end of the video. 4th is a difficult one for many men: chasing cheap dopamine. Playing video games and fapping on 18+ videos can be amazing, but you must be conscious that they are created completely on your inner desires as a man. Why do you believe an outrageous quantity of boys and men are addicted to video games? Competition, status, conquest. The very foundation of every selling video game is to play to man's human nature and desires. These achievements are fake, and if you lose yourself in video games, you dampen your ambition and life force in the real world. Yet another way of losing yourself to false reality is fopping to 18+ content, a fake conquest which you are watching or other people you haven't approached, the opposite sex, and neither are you performing in the act yourself. So be aware of it, as this addiction is quite detrimental to your health as well. Number 5, channelizing your emotions. The only difference between a boy and a man is that boys frequently do whatever they feel like. Men do what they need to do, whether they feel like it or not. We live in a world where they strive very hard to make men resemble women. Society frequently tells boys and men to express their emotions, listen to their feelings, and open up. The term toughens up or be a man is seen as toxic. However, this is where things take a dark turn. Men and women often express their emotions in different ways. When you tell a woman to open up and stop suppressing their emotions, they talk about their feelings and might cry. But when you tell men to stop suppressing their emotions and listen to their feelings, they could become very violent and might attack someone during a road rage. With fatherlessness on the rise and society pushing boys to simply listen to their feelings, horrible things can develop very rapidly. This does not mean that you keep everything bottled up as a man if there is a serious issue you might have. You can always talk to your brothers or friends about it. Or maybe you have to let it out in the gym first. You have to detach yourself from the situation and look at it objectively. More often than not, things are not as big of a deal as we make out of them. Out of the best men you will ever meet have control over their emotions. Emotions are only bad when are not channelized properly. Give yourself permission to completely experience and process the feelings connected to what you're letting go of. It's acceptable to experience various emotions, including grief and rage. Give yourself permission to feel emotions and express them in healthy ways, such as writing in a journal, speaking with a dependable friend, or, if necessary, getting help from a professional. The art of mindfulness is deliberately focusing your attention in the present moment without passing judgment. To improve your capacity to be totally present, try formal mindfulness exercises like meditation or mindful breathing. You can let go of attachment to worries about the past or the future by practicing mindfulness, which allows you to examine your thoughts, emotions, and sensations as they come up. Do not forget that accepting impermanence is a significant practice that frees you from the delusion of permanence and control. You can achieve calm, freedom, and a closer connection to life's flow by recognizing the beauty of change and transience. I hope you have the strength, discernment, and peace to accept impermanence, and that you enjoy the dance of life's constant change.